What's up, YouTube? Ryan back today with the first minor league recap of 2023. Let's jump into it. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Yes, the first minor league recap is here. AAA started last week. We're going to include both of the first 2 weeks for AAA. And then for the rest of the divisions that started on Thursday, it's just going to be Thursday through Saturday. So not too many games, about 2 or 3 games, depending on rainouts, because unfortunately, there was a couple delays this weekend with some weather. So we're going to jump into it pretty quick here. It's going to be very similar to last year. And just to recap it, if anyone's new to the channel, this is top prospect oriented. Every once in a while, someone that's not a top prospect will make this a video, but it's not going to be very often. It's going to be mostly towards, the top players in the minor leagues. And then it's always going to be the last day of the week is going to be Saturday. So I know technically this season started on Thursday. All right, everyone, let's just jump straight into it. We have single A, high A, double A, and triple A. Let's go. First player in low A. Let's jump into it. Our first player at single A is Jackson Holliday, making a sleek diving play at second base. I couldn't find a lot of good hitting videos of Jackson Holliday that I really liked, so threw in a nice defensive play for him. But Jackson Holliday, first overall pick in the draft this year, obviously massive prospect, had an awesome first week over 3 games, hit 462 with a 533 on base percentage, 1226 OPS, and that's without hitting a home run. Absolutely love that. He had 3 doubles, 6 hits in those 3 games, walked twice on top of that, only struck out once, and had 4 RBIs. Sick start for Jackson Holliday. Our next player we're talking about is Elijah Green. I don't have a video for him. I will next week if he makes the video. But over his first 2 games was absolutely awesome. Hit 500 on base percentage, 1125 OPS. He had 1 double, 4 hits in those 2 games. Did strike out 3 times, and that is the one concern with Elijah Green is his K rate. But he did steal 2 bases on top of that. Great first week for Elijah Green. And my MVP at low A this week is Cam Collier, one of my favorite bats in all of the minor leagues. I didn't want to include him on this video, and I don't want to hype him up before Bowman comes out, but his cards are going to be pricey anyways. The kid's a stud. Cam Collier doing Collier things over just the 1 game, because this is from yesterday. He did play well yesterday as well, but yeah. But in his first game of the season, he only played in 1. Unfortunately, there was some delays. In 6 plate appearances, he went 2 for 3 hitting, walked 3 times, had 3 RBIs, stole a base. Like, the dude is so special, I'm telling y'all. And he's going to dominate in the minor leagues at the lower divisions because he already played in college, came out of high school early, similar to Bryce Harper, and played well at college. So I think he's going to do really well at least low A, and then probably a high A too. I think he's a stud though, so he'll probably do good at every division. But yeah, that's my MVP for low A. Jumping into high A, Harry Ford has an absolute hose. I timed this. It's about a 1.7 to a 1.8 pop time. Freaking ridiculous. Harry Ford, he's a special talent, first rounder last season for the Mariners. So over 2 games this week, again, it's going to be a lot of short weeks here. 444 batting average, 444 on base percentage, 1111 OPS. He had 1 triple, which that man is a triple machine for a catcher. Absolutely love how athletic he is. 4 hits in those 2 games. He had 3 RBIs, struck out twice, which, I mean, it is whatever. But yeah, an awesome week for Harry Ford. And that pop time is ridiculous. I think his catching ability is very underrated, and he's got a hose. Next up at high A is Kevin Parada. Absolutely obliterates this in baseball. I know a lot of Mets fans are hyped up about Parada. Parada over 2 games this week, 375 batting average, 546 on base percentage, 1296 OPS. He had a home run. He had 3 hits in those 2 games. He walked 3 times on top of that. So absolutely love the amount of walks we're seeing so far on the recap. Next up, Max Muncy. And anyone that watched the recaps last year, Max Muncy is so difficult to find highlight videos for because he has the name Max Muncy. But he had an awesome week nonetheless. Over 10 plate appearances over 2 games, hit 500 with a 500 on base percentage, 1300 OPS. He had 3 doubles. Very impressive. I think Max Muncy is going to be an extra base hit machine this year. He had 2 RBIs on top of that. Next up, Grant McCray kind of just getting going where he left off at the end of last season. Cray over his 2 games, 500 batting average, 500 on base percentage, 1400 OPS. He had a triple, 2 doubles, 5 hits in 2 games. Did strike out 3 times. We're seeing some strikeouts, but hey, stole a base too. Absolutely love Grant McCray. I do think he's still a little old for high A. He's only 22 years old, but it's nice to see the Giants finally moving him up. And my MVP at high A is You remember this guy, Khalil Watson, the guy that got suspended last year? Yeah, he's back. The Marlins were super impressed with his offseason and what he did in the minor league camp this year. They talked a lot about it, and it seems like it's correlating so far over his first 2 games. 500 batting average, 625 on base percentage, 1625 OPS. He had a home run, 3 hits in 2 games, an RBI, walked twice, only struck out once, stole a base. Can he be the real deal again? I'm curious. So many people were super high on him. He's still only 19 years old. He's about to turn 20. They moved him up to high A, which I like. Who knows? Maybe he can still be him. We do have a longer list at Double A here, so I'm going to try to go quick. Jackson Cheerio is back, and he is mashing. He's doing his thing. Cheerio over 2 games this week, 375 batting average, 444 on base percentage, 819 OPS. He had 3 hits in 2 games, had 2 RBIs, walked once. Jackson Cheerio, I don't expect him to be an OPS guy. I just don't. And he's probably going to make the recap a lot this year because he's a top 10 prospect. But he's just not a power guy, in my opinion. He did show some power last year, but he's not a big guy. He's 5'11", 165. Not to say you can't produce the power, but I just expect him to be more of a very high batting average, solid on-base percentage guy. Yeah, good first week. Next up, one of my favorite prospects in the minors, Pete Crow Armstrong. That swing is just sweet. He does it with such ease. I wish they would have shown him this entire video because as you can see, he was flying around the base paths for this triple. PCA, as some may call him, over 3 games, 333 batting average, 429 on base percentage, 929 OPS. He had a triple, 4 hits in 3 games. He walked once, did strike out 5 times, but he stole 3 bases. Absolutely love PCA. I do not think strikeouts are a concern for him, and he's just a stud. Absolutely love his game. I'm super excited about PCA this year. And again, he's the guy that I don't expect a huge OPS from him. So some of these players are going to be making this recap without just like massive slugging percentage numbers, okay? If I had to pick one thing I was happiest about going into this minor league season is that Edgar Cuero, who I complained about all last year, being stuck at low A all season while raking, he skipped high A. That was his first Double A double. So happy for Edgar Cuero, everyone. Like, I'm going to be blabbing about this all season. Finally, they move him up. He just turned 20 4 days ago. Now he's at Double A, which is huge. Skipping that level, I really hope he can perform at Double A because that is a big jump from Single A to Double A. But over 2 games so far, 375 batting average, 444 on base percentage, 944 OPS. He had a double. He had 3 hits in 2 games. He walked once, 3 RBIs on top of that. I'm so happy. I'm great job, Edgar Cuero and the Angels. Thank you. Probably my favorite Yankee prospect for a while now, Everson Pereira. Seems like he's going to do some Everson Pereira things this year. Everson Pereira, over his first 3 games, 300 batting average, 300 on-base percentage, which I will say he kind of lacks in the on-base percentage category compared to somebody. He still had 1,000 OPS because he had a home run, he had a double, he had 3 hits in 3 games, 3 RBI, struck out 6 times, though. Everson Pereira is definitely one of those kind of like wild card guys. Hey, look, it's his birthday today. That's awesome. Happy birthday. I love how Baseball References does that. He is kind of a very hit or miss player. Last year, he kind of missed a little bit. The rest of his minor league career, he's completely been a hit, and I am expecting this season for him to kind of just go crazy. I'm not going to lie. Next up, Jordan Lawler off of Jack Leiter, his first Double A game. I've been hyping up Jordan Lawler for a long time now. I think he's so special and making an impact already at Double A. Jordan Lawler, everyone, 20 years old. Absolutely love it. Hitting bombs off of Jack Leiter. Like, heck yeah. Over 3 games this week, 300 batting average, 462 on base percentage, 1062 OPS. He had a home run, 3 hits in 3 games, but he walked 3 times on top of that. Only struck out once, which I love. Stole 2 bases, had 3 RBIs. Like, the dude is a stud. He has such good plate discipline. Every at-bat I ever watch of him, even if he ends up getting out or hitting the ball weak, like, he's seeing pitches. He's taking, like, pitches on the corners. He's not chasing. Like, very professional at-bats all the time from Jordan Lawler. Absolutely love everything about him. Yes, I'm a biased D-backs fan. Get over it. But he's a stud. And my MVP at Double A right here is going to be Luis Matos. I was not expecting him to make the recap week 1 with how bad he was last year, but he looks really big. He looks like he put on some weight this offseason. Luis Matos over 2 games, 600 batting average, 714 on base percentage, 1200 slugging, 1914 OPS. He had a home run, 3 hits in 2 games. He walked twice, 2 RBIs. Luis Matos was a player I was super excited about when he first came up into the minor leagues. Last year, he kind of let me down. I think he's an awesome player, and maybe this is his get-right year. As we jump into AAA, Ronnie Mauricio kind of been going crazy. Everyone that watches this channel knows I am not a big Ronnie Mauricio fan, but can he finally show up? I just think they overhyped Ronnie Mauricio for a very long time now. Obviously, the talent's there. He just cannot get on base. He just turned 22, so he's still young. But so far, so again, this is AAA. This is going to be last week and this week. Because they started last week. Over 8 games, 323 batting average, 344 on base percentage. Again, lacks in the on base percentage category, but a 1054 OPS. He had 3 home runs, a triple, a double, 10 hits in 8 games, walked once, 7 RBIs, struck out 6 times, whatever. But Ronnie Mauricio, the talent is definitely there. It's just, can he stop chasing out of the zone and take those walks when they give them to him? We go from a Mets prospect I do not like to a Mets prospect that I absolutely love. Brett Baty doing Brett Baty things. The dude straight up rakes. Baty over 4 games. He did have a small injury, but he's back already from that. 400 batting average, 471 on base percentage, 1337 OPS. He had 2 home runs, a double, 6 hits in 4 games, 5 RBIs, walked twice, stole 2 bases. Just bring him up, Mets. You brought him up last year. He dealt with a wrist injury. He's ready. Let him play. All right, I included this one because this is one of my guys. Nolan Jones, always been a big fan of him. Just a beautiful oppo swing there off a lefty. Did anyone know he got traded? Nolan Jones now plays for the Rockies. I did not even realize that until I made this video. Absolutely shocked that the Indians would give up on him so fast, but apparently they are very concerned with his strikeout rate, which, I mean, the Guardians, sorry, I said Indians. The Guardians like those scrappy players. They like players that don't strike out. So I guess I get it if that's what they're trying to mold that team into, just being a scrappy lineup with Francona leading the way. But Nolan Jones, the dude's been a freak so far in this Colorado farm system, and I think he can put up some massive numbers in Colorado 100% once he does get the opportunity, which I really hope it's soon. I'm honestly shocked they didn't start him on the roster. It's not like the Rockies roster stacked, but over 8 games, 290 batting average, 405 on base percentage, 1244 OPS. He has 5 home runs already. 5 home runs in 8 games. He has 2 doubles, 9 hits in those 8 games, 5 walks on top of that. Does have 9 strikeouts. People, whatever. I mean, strikeouts sometimes matter. I don't think they matter as much for Nolan Jones because he takes walks. Like, if you're striking out and not getting on base, then yes, 100% concerning, but I'm just not concerned about it. He also got beaned if you care about that. Another prospect I really liked last year was Lenyn Sosa, and he is doing exactly what he did last year. He was awesome last season, and he's starting off hot. Sosa over 8 games, 462 batting average, 563 on base percentage, 1447 OPS. He had 2 home runs, 5 doubles, 12 hits in 8 games. He had 8 RBIs, 6 walks, which is amazing. Absolutely love that for Lenyn Sosa. I think he's really talented bat-to-ball skills, like very talented. If he's going to start walking, he's going to be dangerous, and he's definitely going to get a shot with the White Sox this season. And my MVP at AAA, Tupacita Marcana. I'm not the best with his name. I could have butchered it. I'm sorry, but that play was slick. Just made that look so easy. So yes, Marcano over 6 games, 500 batting average, 500 on base percentage, 1458 OPS. He had a home run, a triple, 6 doubles, 12 hits in 6 games, 6 RBIs, stole a base on top of that. This is a player people have been hyped up about for a while. Venezuela guy who he's kind of been on the radar for a long time. I'm curious if this is the year he finally makes a name for himself. He's never really been given a chance at the MLB level just yet. But yeah, awesome start so far, and maybe it's going to be his time. He's still only 23. All right, everyone, that's going to do it for the Week 1 minor league recap. I am so happy. Minor league season's back. Again, due to work schedule, these are going to be posted on Mondays instead of last year's. They were on Sundays. But yeah, I'm so excited. Yeah, it's here. Minor league season's here. We have baseball all the time now. I'm so excited. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's recap. As always, if you guys like this video, please give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments if I forgot anybody. Again, Sunday, through Saturday, always. And for AAA, it was from the start of the season last week until the 8th for this video. So if I forgot anyone between those dates, drop their name and stat line down below as always. Thank you all. Have a great rest of your day. See ya.